are trying to find a weekend this summer to go down to Florida. If we do, I'll be gone for a weekend, but I'll try to catch y'all a hair crossing the Corsola.
Okay.
Well, Nate obviously doesn't care, so you don't need to give him one.
Oh, okay.
I need one.
I'll catch one.
Just give me his. I'll have two.
Alright.
So I'm watching an animation called Pixel Opening Gone Wrong, you know, with the lamps jumping on the eye and then it splatters and blood goes everywhere. And it shows like the letters having a funeral and then like the lamp is being like taken to court in front of media and then off to jail. And when he gets put in jail, okay, the camera shifts around to show his cellmate and there's an 8, an equal sign, and then a D. This is a penis.
I get it. I get it. Didn't need it explained.
Oh, now it's being electrocuted. So the lamp is dead. And everybody, and P, X, A, and R are all very happy. Ooh, X just spit on his corpse. That was something.
So as I was saying before you got here, Rick is surprisingly open to the Twitch idea.
Oh.
Yeah. So we may start doing that soon-ish. Not like really soon.
Is that to stream the episodes as we do them?
Stream them live, yeah.
Yeah. So we would be streaming Checkpoint live when we record it. I don't know how or if we would do callers. I mean, I'm assuming that would probably be something that we would like to have. So, one of the things that we could do is we could do a segment and take a call right after that segment's done.
So that way, if it's a good call, if we like it or
Yeah.
put it in, then you can.
Yeah, right. So yeah, we'll have to think about some structure a little bit, but yeah, I think that's something that we're probably gonna end up doing.
He still has to get approval from us with one for that, right?
No.
Would you do an LBR or make a separate Twitch?
We would have to make a new Twitch account.
So,
LAN cable not connected? What the?
John Boyega got dumped after Date found out he was in Star Wars.
What?
What?
Wait, who's that? Is that the black dude?
Yeah, Finn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And like the story is like the coolest too. Apparently Orlando Bloom told him that he should try to secure the love of his life before the film comes out, because it might be harder to make a real connection at that point. So he asked some girl out, went with a date, went out with her on a date and stuff like that. And it says, she didn't know what I did until we were driving through Times Square, and she goes, "What do you do for a living?" I looked up and I said, "That." It was a picture, it was me over a lightsaber. There's a picture above, looks super cool. Not to mention that's a pretty awesome way to reveal that you're in a fucking Star Wars film.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
And apparently that changed her, that affected her stance, and things ended so badly that he had to block her on his phone.
Whoa!
Way to fuck that up, whoever the fuck you were.
Yeah, what the hell?
Like, imagine driving through like Times Square and being able to go, "That's my job." And it's you holding a lightsaber and a giant billboard? Like, what? If I was that girl, I would have like grew the biggest boner out of nowhere.
Instant wet.
Like, yeah, he doesn't really explain, like, how
How do you?
Your stance.
How does it go? Like you didn't. What?
Yeah. That's so weird.
He's like. So I pointed to the billboard and I showed off really great, and she didn't end up fucking me, and then I had to block her on my phone, and it's like, well, wait a minute, we missed a whole lot of like.
A whole lot of steps there.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
did we get there? That was really weird. So the LAN cable became randomly unplugged from the back of that.
From the back of the
Like,
place.
yeah, like I just I was like I went in there expecting to have to reset everything. And I was like, no, everything's fine in here. And I come back out and it's like just barely unplugged. out
One of
here.
the
I'm
comments.
like, what the fuck?
What? Was she a Trekkie or something?
That's so weird. I just can't imagine being able to drop I was in Star Wars as anything but a positive on a date.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like, here's my thing. Even if you don't like Star Wars,
He's
okay,
still a movie
who
star.
cares? He's a movie star.
Maybe she was one of those people who thought that black people shouldn't be stormtroopers.
Where she has like a I don't date actors rule.
Oh God.
Oh.
Except he's an actor in a Star Wars movie. So this isn't like oh yeah, I'm an actor.
Yeah.
She grew up in a household without television. Alright.
So I wrote 4 of the esports minutes last night. The 5th one I'm kind of waiting to see what happens at DreamHack Austin. I'll write about the winner before I leave tonight.
Okay. Because I'll have to record those pretty much as checkpoints roll.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So I'll be yeah. I wanted it to be about DreamHack, but it wasn't done yet.
Fair enough.
I'll probably do that fairly often in the future because most tournaments that would be taking place this weekend don't wrap up till today.
That's fine. As long as I've got basically 3 of them on Sunday night, like, we're good until Wednesday. I mean, I'd prefer to have all 5
Right.
of them, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 was easy enough to run, but I need to be able to talk about whatever tournament's going on this week.
Right.
So.
No, that's fine. I can do it. Did everyone hear the new imaging? The new-
Not yet, I haven't heard it yet. I know Robbie listened to it.
Why didn't you respond to all the making fun of your name that we did yesterday?
Because it was International Tabletop Day at work, and I didn't get to look at my phone until like 6.
Well, why didn't you say anything at 6 then?
Because it wasn't funny.
That was hilarious. That was all comedic gold.
Yeah, it was sort of like the beef hard steak of our Facebook chat jokes.
Not what I want. I really like this in Sloan.
That one wasn't bad.
Welcome into Checkpoint Esports and Gaming Radio. A complete look at all things esports and gaming. A production of Westwood One. Here are your hosts, Nate Bender, Robbie Landis, Norris Howard, and Joe Sloan.
Checkpoint reached.
Hell yeah!
I love the checkpoint
I
beach
like.
part.
I know. I like this one way more than our other songs.
Yeah, kind of.
Like
I mean, like,
this one makes me feel. This one feels like a gaming show.
yeah, like I was really going for like that arcade.
Robbie said Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, that's
I
what
was-
it sounds
That's
like.
really what I was going hard at. So.
Congratulations, Green Room listeners. You're probably the first to hear that.
No, this is like the first time they'll get an actual like exclusive on the Green Room.
Yeah,
where
sure
we have
will.
something to share. So this
He
would,
tries to embrace
this
this.
would be like the
They're going to be
seminal
probably well, they're going to
outro.
blow up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
you
so,
upload the
and
Green
and
Room
I
videos?
I really do
Tags
think
them
that the rivalry aspect of
No, because
esports
they're,
is something that is
private.
really
They're
going to
private.
take
Private.
root and take hold,
Private
and that
tags?
will end
No,
up
they're
catapulting
private.
Private videos,
engagement
private
in esports
Tags
to
are
the
so
next
that
level.
other people
Alright,
can
that's all
find
we have
it.
time
We can't
for on
find it.
Checkpoint.
Well,
Thank
no,
you
it's
so
for
much for
patrons
checking
if
us
they
out.
wanna
For
see
more info
all
on the
the
show, links to
Green
articles
Room
and
video
coming
tag.
soon.
They
Check
just click the Green Room video tag and then there's all the
Dude,
Green Room videos.
that's not how tags work on YouTube.
Nah,
He means
you
on
do it
Patreon.
Oh, on
I could do that. Start doing that on Patreon.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Time for On Checkpoint. Thank you so much for checking us out. For more info on the show, links to articles and coming soon, Checkpoint Podcast, and head on over to checkpointradio.com. Stay up to date on all of the latest by subscribing to Checkpoint Radio on social media. That's at CheckPT Radio on Facebook and Twitter. And of course, make note of when you're catching us on your local station like 107.7 The Franchise in Oklahoma City or ESPN Denver 1600. And come back next week for more video game news and discussion. I want to thank my crew, Kevin Graham and Rick Scott, our executive producers, and they've been working very hard to get us this opportunity with Westwood One, so thank you guys so much for all of your hard work. Producing and booking help from Christine Corpus, and of course to my co-hosts who have been doubling as producers while we get this show up and running. Robbie Landis, Norris Howard, and over at the Checkpoint News Desk, Joe Sloan. My name's Dave Bender. Never be game over.
You've been listening to Checkpoint Radio, a complete look at all things esports and gaming. Check out the latest esports and gaming news and opinions at checkpointradio.com.
Who's the new guy doing the voiceover?
I don't know his name, but yeah, he's not bad.
Yeah, he is pretty good.
All right. So here's
Esports Gaming Update with Joe Sloan.
Hell yeah. That was awesome. It feels like it's like grander, I guess is the word.
here is.
This is Checkpoint, Esports and Gaming Radio. This is Checkpoint Radio. Check out the latest esports and gaming news and opinions at checkpointradio.com. Checkpoint, Esports and Gaming Radio.
So those are
Those are
our
the ends.
liners, and then these are our rejoins.
This is Checkpoint, Esports and Gaming Radio. Checkpointradio.com. This is Checkpoint, Esports and Gaming Radio. Checkpointradio.com. This is Checkpoint, Esports and Gaming Radio. Checkpointradio.com.
Nice.
And then I made dry versions of those two because we're gonna have to structure our ins slightly different. And then here's the esports minute.
This is the Esports Minute from Checkpoint Radio and Westwood One. I'm Nate Bender. E-League has been nominated for a Sports Emmy, pitting it against broadcasts like the Summer Olympic Games and Fox NFL Sunday. The University of Utah announced they will begin offering partial scholarships to students as they create a varsity esports team. AJ Dinnick, the school's esports director, says the plan is to grow the program until they can offer 35 students a full-time scholarship. That's your Esports Minute from Checkpoint Radio and Westwood One.
Nice. Yeah, the ones that I wrote are just your inline, the head of the article, a couple of supporting sentences, and then your outline.
Cool.
You'll probably have to change the in and outline. I couldn't remember exactly what it was.
That's fine. But yeah, that's
That sounds great.
cool.
Yeah, I was gonna put. I wanted to hear a full episode made up with the new stuff, and I just didn't have the energy. Wanted to take our most recent show, put the new imaging on top of it, and see how it sounded, but I just didn't have the energy. I was pretty happy with the way that the intro turned out. I get really anxious about imaging just because it's such a tedious process, and when I have to do it, I get absorbed in it. Like yesterday, I forgot to eat because I was working at it for 12 hours, and like when I get into the middle of it, I hate breaking.
Stopping, yeah.
Stopping. Once you start, you want to finish.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, same with any video thing, like, I can't stop in the middle. Because like, if I stop in the middle, it'll literally be a week before I pick it back up.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a challenge. So, I mean, I figure we've got plenty to talk about on the YouTube front. Do you guys want like an update? I watched, what is the fucking channel called? I don't even remember. ETC, and they had a whole big thing about it.
Yeah, watch it.
Yeah, they seem so beaten down these days. Like, they're just like...
Yeah, you know, now that you've said that, just based on the last few that we've watched, I'm like, yep.
who does ETC?
Yeah.
Elite Touring Chieftain?
Yes. Sure.
Are the new hot night videos, and that
No, it probably is. It's because since they're not making so much money with the monetary gain now, they can't afford the drugs anymore.
This negatively in the history of the platform or the world. Even users who held their noses high late last year when the first wave of demonetization hit, they're starting to panic as what they consider to be pretty brand-safe content is losing all of its ad revenue. Yeah, these people, they all bought cars and houses that they couldn't afford based off projections of wealth that were based off YouTube monetization that doesn't exist. And now they're going to take their cars and their houses away. Oh! Not in all cases, in some of them. Anyway, it's literally, this is all going to be the cause of a lot of channels and shows being shut down, or at the very least changing their entire approach to content creation, if they continue as they are. For a lot of the bigger channels, though, that's going to mean shifting focus to either creating the most brand-safe, teen and kid-friendly content that they can make, or taking a little time away from creating the content that you love in order to focus on trying to make their own sales deals with brands and third-party firms. Or, you know, just straight up moving over to other platforms entirely. What other platforms are there? Twitch, VidMe, Vimeo. Not a lot, though. Twitch seems to be the one that's sticking out. But for smaller channels that are still trying to grow, it's devastating. A lot of those channels would either have to set up Patreons and beg for money, or get jobs wherever they can and go back to having YouTube as a small side project that they can hopefully still do because they're passionate about it. But again, you're going to see their enthusiasm, creativity, and production schedule decline sharply as they spend their time trying to maintain a career elsewhere, to put food on the table, and then continue to hopefully make videos for you. We should probably, once again, include the important disclosure here that we understand making videos is an awesome job, but it's still a job nonetheless and requires hours and hours of work, especially when it's your only income, so it would be nice to not hear that argument. We get it. You get it. Yeah. Yeah, let's move on to those recent developments. Ongoing saga.
Have you watched OSW Wrestling?
Regarding this YouTube
No,
ad
who's that?
that's been going
Well,
on
it stands for
now
Old School
as a
Wrestling. It's a
experiment.
YouTube podcast, and they go through like the old pay-per-views of like the late '80s Hulkamania era, early '90s. That's how I started watching Halloween Havoc 95, and they actually have, like, they have a fair amount of production that goes into it. Genuinely really fucking fun.
Okay.
Really fucking fun.
My brother's been doing a show for wrestling. The first one they did, they talked about December to Dismember.
Oh, yeah.
All-time great failure.
Oh, yeah, I just watched that.
Oh, it's so bad.
It is bad. It is very bad.
Oh.
They go on to explain that they're under the impression that features for advertisers exist so that they can make overly
The Big Show had no
about what
business.
videos their ads appear on. Obviously, the majority of these categorizations would be decided by an algorithm and not an
It was basically Vince McMahon's fuck you to
YouTube actually
ECW.
has humans who are extremely busy right now trying to train.
Was anyone else really amazed at how many questions they answered on the live letter?
Yeah, so
Like when we were getting to around 20, I was like, all right, we gotta be getting near the end. And then they're like, we'll be back after a 10-minute break, and I'm like,
When I was
whoa.
doing some more questions for the student interview, like I'm scrolling down and I'm like, holy shit! Like Mr. Happy had like what 8 questions, and how long did we get out of his interview?
Yeah, we got.
And now there's all this shit. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
A lot of it is a retread too.
a lot of it's gonna be retreading quick, but a lot of them do have talking points, and like there's like 50 questions.
Like not all of Mr. Happy stuff is retread.
Oh no.
Poor communication with Google and a lack of job stability are impairing their ability to do their jobs well. So this is, you think your communication with YouTube is bad? Yeah. It's also people deep within the company, people whose entire job it is to be fixing.
I honestly have not
happening
even
right now.
looked at
The article continues.
I mean, I saw how much was there, and I was like, okay, we're fine.
Yeah, it's 50 some questions before we get to the Estinian thing.
Oh, there's words on there? Okay, I don't need about that. I'm good.
And as we're doing the student interview too, feel free to interject your own questions. You want to just follow.
Yeah.
We need to put some deliberate thought into evaluating content. They then go on to say,
Well, we want the first, if we can, we want the first question to come from an audience member, because that will be a genuinely great reaction. Because they think they're going to talk to like Koji or something.
While we're getting on the phone here,
in favor of a quote high priority rating.
How would we have them ask a question about to someone they don't know they're asking?
Yeah, never mind, you're right.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work.
Checking the content of videos or entire channels against a list of things.
I don't think people, once they figure out who it is, I don't
And
think
this
they're
part of the
gonna.
Wired story is where the whole thing starts to get a little bit fishy. And where we could possibly assume that Ethan's videos, along with countless others, might just be automatically flagged by a trained AI or human ad readers because of
Well, because I mean, remember, I'm gonna have to call in on the call-in.
yeah.
I'm not gonna be in
Yeah, that's what I was
studio
thinking.
doing it.
Is how do we even get multiple people?
suggests that volume and speed are more of a priority than accuracy. In some cases, they're asked to review hours.
You'd either have to put me on the Nika computer, which doesn't make any sense.
Or have them call in
holding up
through
rap video lyrics to scan
Discord
quickly for
exclusive.
profanity, or skipping through a
Not
clip in 10-second
yeah,
chunks
I'm
instead of watching the entire
Yeah, I think, don't worry about callers, but we could like encourage questions from the chat. No questions from
Yeah, that's fine.
Raters say it adds a layer of pressure. I'm worried if I take too long.
There we go. So you know, we'll basically look. You know, I know last week we said that we give you guys, you guys ask questions. We realized that with them on the call, we can't really have you guys call in as well.
Well, no,
So put
you
your questions in
no,
the
you
chat.
just you go. Look, I know we said that we'd let you call in and ask, you know, a couple of questions, but this guy is so important and
Can't wait for that.
and so critical to FF14. Yeah, we're not gonna bother him like that.
We're not gonna bother him with you peasants.
These provide advertisers the quote peace of mind that their ads will actually play for real
Once the
people and not bots,
punchline is
but
out there,
also that they will only run on content which passes their standards.
Everyone will just be
Here's an
angry.
excerpt from OpenSlate's info.
Good.
What's the best content on YouTube for your brand?
So Chris was complaining on the way here because since Facebook made him change his name, when he goes to log into Waze, he uses log into Facebook, right? Well, apparently because the way that Waze is set up, it doesn't actually use your Facebook account; it uses your name.
It's like
So-
a username or something.
Yeah, like the username. So now he lost all of his points on Waze for, you know, confirming and, you know, setting up when there's a car or...
And my addresses, which I don't
That sucks. That sucks. The addresses suck. The points, I'm just like, you're an idiot.
He's like, I only have 3 points now.
Good.
Well, YouTube answered to this, which goes back.
You're still Chrysonicle on my phone, on
It
Facebook.
apparently
Really?
Yeah, mine too.
Advertisers check off extremely general boxes in order to make sure their ads don't appear on videos that might have anything to do with those topics.
If you log out and log back in,
Publicly
it should do it.
available Google support page for their AdWords program offers a lot of insight into the options that advertisers have. Just recently, Ethan posted some screenshots of these options, so after some brief digging, we found a page that explains what they mean. Regarding the checkboxes that they can click, here's the breakdown. Under sensitive subjects, there are the following: sensitive social issues, discrimination and identity relations, scandals and investigations, reproductive rights, firearms, and more. There's tragedy and conflict, obituaries, bereavement services, violence, war, missing persons, and more. That's pretty fucking broad. Well, also, yeah, I mean, going back to even the first one, reproductive issues? Yeah. Anyways, continues, profanity and rough language, still in data. Moderate or heavy use of profane language and curse words.
Well, they're definitely going to have voice recognition, like,
Oh, yeah.
behind those.
Mm-hmm.
Sexually suggestive content, also in data. Provocative pictures, text, and more. And the technology exists already in image search to
Yeah, they even tell you
recognize beauty.
they don't want you to put that stuff in the thumbnail because it will immediately get you.
Damn it, my favorite thumbnails to make.
Sensational and shocking, still in data. Content that creates shock value, including sensational, gross, and crude content. Fuck. Yeah.
I can't do any more sensational videos? No.
Like Double Dragoon?
Sensational.
Well, like I said, it's nowhere near perfection at this point.
Unsational.
Pretty
Oh.
fucking big and broad. But some of the workers have admitted
God.
Ear sensational.
So did you see that Kojima did a little bit of interviewing and fielded some questions at the Tribeca Game Festival or something like that?
No.
Basically, still fucking weird as shit.
Yeah. Like, well, obviously I want
Is that a surprise?
content possible.
Like, I was reading the whole thing to Chris as we were coming down here, and every time he's just like, God damn, Kojima.
Dude, that article that you posted this morning, I thought, like, I was reading it last night, I made an esports minute out of it. The guy who had to withdraw because his GameCube controller wasn't broken.
Yeah, like, as I was just reading that, I'm like, I've never heard about this, and this just seems like the weirdest thing.
Yeah, that is so strange.
Do we want to?
This is why Melee sucks, by the way.
Do we want to bring in Mikey to explain it? Because I mean, like, I already reached out to him and I was like, hey, check out what we're doing now. Like, the next time we have an opportunity to bring
I think
you
we should
on.
try to make like a 10 out of it on.
I think we
on
could. I mean,
Checkpoint.
especially
Because it's so like only like 3% of GameCube controllers have the glitch that you need them to have to be able to use them for competitive melee.
Right.
Can't you like reproduce the glitch in like a custom-made controller?
I don't know.
Like
It's so
my
weird.
my thing is, why isn't, I feel like there should be some type of,
The fact that we're all confused by this and we
It's
need
one
to,
thing.
like I think that's the hook in, and we go, Mike, explain this because I'm so confused.
Yeah.
well, even outside of just its relation to Smash, okay, I feel like this is something that, I don't know, I feel like there should be some type of like weird, like rule against this. Like the fact that we don't know about it, I wonder how many people in the Smash competitive scene actually know about it. Like this is kind of on par with the whole idea that like, you know, when it comes to Overwatch, right? The reason that PC and PS4 aren't on the same servers is because people who use keyboards and mouse have an advantage over controllers, right? So that's like it's like a technology aspect to fairness, right? So is there a certain point, or is there a discussion to be had in esports about where skill and the equipment that you use?
I mean, there might be a discussion to be had, but at the same time, like in traditional sports, you know, they use top of the line equipment for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how much does, like, you know, your equipment really affect from one person to another? You know what I mean?
I would assume a lot.
But everyone has, like, I guess, access.
But you're talking.
Okay, well, think about the fighting game community and how many people use fight pads versus an Xbox controller. Like it's night and day.
Well, but at the same time, in sports though, you have a regulation ball that everyone plays.
Exactly.
Right? So like there is there is a regulation or a regulated part of the thing that everyone plays on it. But I think that that's more along the lines of the software, the programming, and the
Yeah,
I
mechanics
think
that
the
you have to
analog
play.
kit would be like
Everyone
your hockey stick, which you can customize to an extent.
Right, and I guess up until this point, I would never have thought there was a difference or a need to regulate anything like this. But basically, after reading the article, it seems like using certain controllers makes it easier to.
Or just able to do.
Not just
or
easier,
able.
possible. You can only
Yeah.
do certain moves with this busted controller.
So basically, you're saying as a top-tier person with this bus controller, you have access to game functions that other people don't.
Okay, so that's basically a 10 right there. I mean, we just did about 10.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely a point we'd be talking about.
Alright, I'll see what Mike's doing on Wednesday.
Okay.
It would have to be like last segment of second hour.
Okay. So our close.
Yeah.
Gosh, there
Because
is
we've got hot topic, news, interview.
For the first hour.
I really think that we can get 2 out of that interview.
I agree completely.
And I think that's the one worth running this
So
week.
our open is of the 2 that we did last week.
Yeah.
I agree with that one. So our show is basically hot topic news, interview, news, segment.
Yes.
All right, and one of them is that. All right, let's start.
So we need
Hot topic.
hot
2
topic
segments.
in 2 segments.
And news. Yeah.
Okay.
I do still want to eventually do the our favorite moments in esports.
Yeah.
No.
We're doing it.
That doesn't have
Such a
any,
good
it
segment.
has no context whatsoever with Checkpoint, okay?
You know, this guy tried to give me the gamer test this morning. When I was talking about the Shaq Fu to him, he's like, "You don't even own Shaq Fu." I'm like, bullshit.
I said
if
you
did
didn't
it.
play it.
Fine. Name
I
one
said-
of the characters besides Shaq.
I don't know that I could.
No,
But I
never played it,
I
so
don't
There's
know.
no reason to play anyone besides Shaq. It's called Shaq Fu. I do remember one of the characters was like a young kid though. Like reminds me of who's the shorts are comfy and easy to wear kid?
Joey?
Yeah, reminds me of youngster Joey. Like he has a backward baseball cap and apparently one of the
We're gonna
kids.
talk
Did you
about
actually
how-
click on that article?
What article?
The Shaq Fu article?
No!
One of the characters is Cyborg Arsenio Hall.
This is gonna be our gaming news runoff, by the way. Shaq Fu return.
That's fine. That's
That's
fine.
okay.
That's appropriate.
The
That's
return of
appropriate.
Shaq Fu. Cyborg Arsenio Hall, man.
That's hilarious.
All the characters in the original Shaq Fu were just random ass, kids.
Were
They were
they
just
like
made up.
basketball players or were they like
No,
fighters?
no, they were just
No.
fighters.
Okay.
But I love the idea that in the new Shaq Fu, all the people are celebrities.
Like old washed up celebrities.
Yes.
You know, like
Bob Saget.
But no, but that's too on the nose, right? Like you need to have a
People who are famous for a very brief period of time.
not even that, but I mean with Cyborg Arsenio Hall, he's also a cyborg, so they've got to have some kind of
They have to be
cheesy
updated
90s
somehow.
hook in them as well. Like you could do middle-aged mutant, normal-sized Gary Coleman.
I'm going to show you the picture of Cyborg Arsenio Hall.
Wizard George Foreman.
That's old.
Why does this never update?
Hammer Master MC Hammer.
Oh god, yeah, and he can do a slow fall move when he throws out his hammer pants.
Hammer Fall.
Oh my god.
So, when the Checkpoint Esports tournaments start happening,
Yeah.
Shaq Fu.
That's our bonus round.
Oh god, yeah. Almost
Everyone
like,
gets to the winner from every tournament gets to participate in Shaq Food.
it's like the end of PAX where they do some random game at the end, but it's a complete mystery until the very end. Like it was a claw game one year. First person to pull something out of a claw machine wins. Yeah. Yeah, PAX does stuff like that at the end of their
It's hilarious.
Omegathon. 1 year it's gonna be Shaq Fu. It's just Shaq Fu. Yeah, we build as something different every year. But every
we
year it's just
we
Shaq
always
Fu.
build it as a surprise, but it's always Shaq Food.
Only ever Shaq.
Apparently, because Shaq Fu was funded entirely through Indiegogo, and apparently one of the levels for 35,000. Wait, 35,000? Gosh, I didn't know. Oh my god, I need to double check. That might have actually been a number. But anyway, one of the levels was that if you donated at that level, Shaq would come and DJ a party for you. Somebody picked that. Somebody paid for that tier.
So Shaq has to go DJ a party for someone.
Oh boy. Alright guys, you ready?
Yeah. I want my party DJ'd by Shaquille O'Neal.
Yep, 35,000.
Have a good one, guys.